feel sick, but I don't feel like I'm going to be sick. So
that's good, because I have a mop and a bucket ready.
Do you?
No, that was a lie. It wasn't even funny. I don't know why I said that.
I was gonna say.
Always be prepared, kids.
Always be prepared. Oh shit! Yeah, we were recording.
Hello, welcome, faithful listeners, to another episode of the Antisocial Gamers podcast, which is officially a net loss now. Whoa. We are losing money on this podcast, and that's glorious, because I don't know if you know, but we are on the iTunes now, and that is a wonderful little thing that we've set up. It's not too expensive, so don't open your wallets and just throw your money at us straight away. I mean, we're not going to stop you if you decide to. I see Robert's pulling out some money. What do you take me for, some kind of whore?
Maybe.
But yes, we're on iTunes now. Hopefully that's the way you're listening to it, because while Libsyn is a great website, downloading from there isn't the nicest thing. We've put up the website itself. It's not easy to remember. It's like antisocialgamerspodcast.libsyn.com or something like that.
I don't know, that sounds pretty easy.
If Libsyn is Libsyn, I figured I'd advertise this shit while people are still listening. Yeah. So let's actually do an introduction. I am Nathan. I usually host this shit, even though I agreed I wouldn't when we decided to plan this out. But sitting beside me, the Judas Robert.
Whoa, Judas.
Who said that he was going to lead this podcast and, whipped that rug from under my feet.
My God, someone is holding a grudge.
No, it's fine. I'm just glad we've gotten somewhere with this. It has a website. It has a nice little design that I'm proud of. It was something that I cobbled together in half an hour, but
it is a thing.
I'm fine with it.
We're a thing now.
We're a thing that is listened to by at least 5 people.
At least 5.
At least possibly, 5 people.
Possibly 10.
Oh, that's good to think about.
Ooh, like a whole 10 people.
Yes. Oh. But yeah, iTunes. I always use that for my podcasting. I'm not trying to advertise iTunes, but it works fairly easily for me.
Yeah,
I find.
I listen to my podcasts on it as well. So
it was mostly because the website we were using was running out of space to actually host our shit on.
And then we were like, if we want to continue making podcasts, we probably need something with a bit more staying power. Yeah,
so we've threw out some money, and now we have a little bit of space a month to upload. I think it's only 250 meg a month, which isn't much, but considering each podcast is like 70 meg, I think, and we only do like 2 a month.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad. So yes,
plenty.
We are surviving, ladies and gentlemen. We are literally the cockroach of podcasts.
Yes.
We will survive through anything. Long past you're all dead and we're dead, this podcast will live on.
This is how we'll be remembered, Nate.
That's sad to think about, but
isn't it?
Anyway, this week, past 2 weeks in news, I suppose probably the biggest news to myself and a lot of people on the internet we're going to start on a fairly somber note. Do you pay much attention to Rooster Teeth at all?
Oh no, I knew you were. I'm just going to speak somber. I was like, no.
I'm just going to speak quickly on this. Unfortunately, a member of Rooster Teeth, not a great big personality, didn't put himself out there, but he was a great creative mind. Monty Ohm passed away. I think it was either the 31st of January or the 1st of February. I'm sorry, I'm not making his gravestone, so I don't have to know the details.
That's true.
It's very sad. It does remind me that when someone passes on the internet, because the first big loss that I had, and I know Lauren knew it as well, it was when Ed Gould died, the creator of Ed's World. It's a different kind of it's a different kind of grief you get, because when it's someone you know and are close to, it's such a very depressing sort of shit time.
I was super sad when Ed died.
Yeah, well, it just kind of hit, because I'd only started watching his cartoons a few months before he passed. It's just I literally just got into his stuff. That's not fair. Yeah. But yeah, it's a different kind of grief, because people on the internet just sort of. It doesn't seem like people are allowed to die on the internet. When you put yourself on the digital sphere, it's it's hard to think that people are actual living people. They're just sort of avatars, digital people on the internet.
Yeah, things you see on the internet.
Yeah, there's, again, I think I mentioned it on one of the other podcasts, you know, when someone's on the internet, it's difficult to actually get a human connection with them, so...
It's the dehumanization, yo.
Yeah.
It's the anonymity.
So, yeah, rest in peace, Monty. No need to be sad anymore.
No sads.
May the flight of angels send thee to thy rest, whatever Shakespeare said. I think it was Shakespeare. It could have been Stephanie Meyer's. And I'm not sure.
Those are two very different authors.
I don't know. They both had weird hair.
And may Ruby continue being adequate.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing, because I never actually liked Ruby.
No, nor
I was. May you rest in peace, but your show wasn't very good. It spoke to me everything I didn't like about anime. Yeah. Which, you know, other people can like, that's fine. It's just, I watched it.
I respected the creation process, because a lot of it is done in really clever ways.
Yeah.
Other than that,
yeah, again, best not linger too much on this topic. It's a very sad way to start, so let's jump into something that we both want to talk about. Well, I just labelled it on my list as sort of general video games into movies or TV shows.
See, I'm not the only sad one with a list now.
I made a list because I just sat down, I think it was literally half an hour ago, said, shit, I have literally nothing to talk about today.
You're ruining the magic.
But yes, I do remember there was an announcement, I think it was a few days ago, that Zelda was getting its own Netflix original series. Which I think is good, because I'm just imagining a crossover between Zelda and Breaking Bad.
That's precise. I was just thinking, because when I heard about it, someone described it to me as like a kid-friendly Game of Thrones.
Ah, I'd like that, because I don't like Game of Thrones.
I think that it would be really interesting.
Yeah.
And I will definitely watch it.
Especially as it's on Netflix, because I do love Netflix. But yeah, I've never really cared for the Zelda games, I will say. I've just, to be honest, I've never had a chance to play them.
Okay.
That's my reason. I grew up on a Sega Mega Drive.
I was going to say, because Zelda is, I mean...
I've heard very good things.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I'm super fanboy about.
Well, it's like Majora's Mask. That recently got a HD release, did it?
On 3DS.
On the 3DS, yeah. I don't think there's a 3DS in the house anymore. That's unfortunate. But if I persist, I may get a chance to play a game, which is good. But yeah, so we're looking forward to the Zelda TV show. Then again, I've heard nothing about it.
No, is it like released?
I don't think
who's making it, or
I don't know. I just know that it's a thing.
Yeah,
that's literally all I know.
It is a possible idea coming down from somewhere.
Yes, and again, what could it really be in a TV show? Because there's only so many episodes where you can have half an hour of someone smashing pots.
Yeah, but like that's the thing, because Link has been a silent protagonist for fucking years.
Well, I don't know.
Aside from his screams,
yeah, sort of thing. Was that a good Zelda impression? It was a bit more Tumby than
maybe like a good young Link.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. One of the Toon Links. But yeah, sort of, again, unless we don't have anything else to talk about with regards to the Zelda TV show, because, again, I've not heard anything about it. I'll certainly watch it.
I'm wondering if it'll be something along the lines of, like, same universe kind of stuff, or specifically...
Which universe, though?
Well,
because
the Hyrulean timeline and whatever.
That's the thing, because I've never played the game, so I just assume that each game was its own like individual story, because none of it makes sense if you put it together. Like, there has been sort of ideas that they're different links. I've seen like the opening to which is the one with a lot of sailing, with Wind Waker.
Wind Waker.
I've seen the opening to Wind Waker, and it was just a case of like, oh, every blonde boy born on this island must go and defeat the evil one, or some bollocks like that.
Every blonde boy on this island must be fed to the dark gods.
Here you are, have a green tunic and your wooden sword, and go have fun.
Sword.
No, stop. We deliberately discussed Game Grumps before we started recording, so we wouldn't have to deal with this.
There was something I was going to say about...
with regards to the Zelda TV show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no! You fucked
it was probably about the story, because let's trace our steps back.
Oh yes, okay, it is about the story. Good job.
Okay, yeah.
Well, yeah, because if you think about it from like the game's timeline, then we have Skyward Sword, which is the first game.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, which is one of the newer ones. Oof.
Strap yourself in.
So the first game in the timeline is one of the newest, and basically it's revealed like throughout the playing that like Demise, who is quote unquote Ganon, it will create an incarnation every time and will eventually win the Triforce, but he never does because there's always a hero of time.
Yeah.
So like blah.
Blah.
So like I don't know. It's just the progression of where in the timeline the film / TV series could possibly take place, and what the fuck they'd even do with the story.
I think it'd be great if they based it on Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah.
Just like half an hour to an hour of slow motion footage of Link cutting through 1,000 people.
Oh, I want to play that game so bad, but I don't have a Wii U anymore.
That's the thing. I don't really. Again, I've not played a Zelda game. I've not played Dynasty Warriors. Dynasty Warriors doesn't look like the game I'd enjoy, but Hyrule Warriors does look quite fun.
It looks so fun. I've never played it. I used to have a Wii U, and then my mum moved to Scotland, and then took it with her, and I was like, but I want it. I was like, if I made a pouty face at her, and I was like, can I have it, please? And she didn't give it. The bitch.
Related to the topic, because when I wrote it down on my very fancy list, was I just sort of put it under the umbrella of video games to TVs or movies. Because also what got recently announced was a Hitman Agent 47 movie.
Oh.
And it looks and has been trashed rather horribly, because you know the Hitman games. Yeah. Essentially, it's silent assassin, creepy crawly. Oh, I'm gonna kill this man and no one will know, sort of thing. The trailer. The trailer just leaning back with slow motion, bang, 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 shooty, facey all the time, and
fantastic. Was there at least 2 explosions in it?
I don't know, honestly.
I think if anything, the biggest contrast to a Hitman is like explosions.
Slow motion. Yeah, it's directed by Michael Bay. But no, it reminds me of the first Hitman movie, and just makes me think, did they not learn anything?
Have you not learned?
But then again, I watched the first Hitman movie. It wasn't terrible. Again, it kind of suffered from the fact of it was too Hollywood, but thinking about it, I don't think a movie that was that faithful to the game would do very well, because
it's boring.
It does. Unfortunately, what's popular is fairly, fast-paced, shooty bang bang. Oh, this is adrenaline. Sort of goodness.
Man-filled.
Yeah, and so I'm going to give it a watch, but I'm not going with such high expectations, because Hitman is a game series that I want to love. It has the hallmarks of a game that I will love, but I can't love it. There's something about the gameplay where I'm just playing it and think, this is too fiddly. Yeah. Like, there is too much. In a way, it gives you too much to do and makes you want to do so little of it. Like, I just want to be able to sneak through this level and kill the person I want to. But it gives you so many options and tools, and which again seems like something that I would love to do, but I think I've played like the first 10 minutes of every game, and I get bored after those 10 minutes.
I've never played a Hitman game before Absolution, and that's that's
a newer one.
Yeah, my brother had that, and I was like, oh, I may as well see. I was like, I like stealthy games. I'll try it out, and like how bad could it be? And like,
what can go wrong?
I mean, it wasn't bad. It's a good game, but I just want my ideal like Hitman or like assassination game is for them to plop tools in your environment and just be like, oh, go crazy. Like, do what you will, plan your attack, do it yourself. But like, I don't like it telling you specifically how to.
Well, that's the thing, because what I kind of noticed going about it was a case of, like, as I said, I played like 10 minutes of each game, and like the sort of thing I noticed is like, oh, you're outside a mansion, you have like 3 possibilities to gain entry. We're not going to tell you how to do any of them, but you have 3 possibilities. Oh, you failed. Okay, try the other one. Nope, you failed. Oh, try the other one. Nope, you failed. Nope, we're not going to give any hints. Fuck you. Yeah, the way I'd like to see that.
Closer attention.
The way I'd like to see that done is kind of like a mixture of that and did you ever play GTA 5?
No, I did not.
Okay, well, it has a fairly nice heist system in the actual story mode, although it's very underutilized. I think you only get to do it like 3 times in the entire fucking game. Yeah, and
isn't that what was like really hyped up as like an online function as well?
I don't know whether they fully got to that. I've not played too much online just because I've not really enjoyed my time online outside of the videos themselves. Yeah. Just because it'd be a case of either I would get in a server of people who want me dead, or there would be no one on the server at all.
Why you gotta be an asshole on the internet?
Yeah. And I can understand people wanting to kill me. It's just a case of I'm such a low level that there's fuck all I can do about it. But yeah, what was I talking about? What I'd like out of a Hitman game is to, it will like give you the details like, oh, we want this person dead. At this time he'll be in this building. He'll be in this room in the bank, and there are these like it'd give you not blueprints but sort of like details of you can go in through this way. You can choose to wear a disguise and like sneak your way into the building during daytime, or you can break in through the back door at nighttime, but you can only take with you a selected amount of tools. So plan ahead. These are reported guard duties. They're patrolling this area. It's a lot more methodical and sort of long game. Think ahead. Think far ahead of yourself. And
if you don't, then all the work up to that certain point is fucked. And
it would grow as you play. More a case of it'd start off easy. Oh, you've got to get into the warehouse. There's probably like one guy there. It doesn't matter. It's you can kill him. I'm not Cliff Blazinski. I'm not a game developer. I don't know how this shit works. Cliff Blazinski, if you are watching, and I know you're listening. If
at least we're all making the mistake.
Yeah, just come to me for all your video game design ideas from now on, because God of War. No, not God. You didn't do God of War. What am I talking about? Gears of War. That's the other game that sounds exactly the same. I didn't like it.
No.
Cliff Blazinski. Sort yourself out.
How dare you create that game? I didn't really like it either.
No. Again, I have a terrible knack for playing a game for like 50 minutes going, I don't like it, nah, and putting it down because, the main feature of Gears of War, not God of War, is the whole like sort of like chest high wall cover mechanic situation. Yeah. And I defeated a few monsters. It's a fairly standard first person shooter, and it got to like a segment of there's lots of monsters coming at you. Quick, hide behind this thing and shoot at them. I was just like, this doesn't feel comfortable for me. Thank you, sir.
The only time I ever thought that like hiding behind a wall was implemented well was on any of the Uncharted games.
Ugh.
Oh god.
No, again.
Oh no.
I liked the game up until I got to shooting.
Really?
Because it was a case of it was the first game that I played. Well, it was the first Uncharted that I played. It was a case of okay, I can get behind all of the puzzle solving, jumping through the gap. I liked Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
I did when I was young, and then it got to a part of now you're shooting foreign people in the Mexican ruins or whatever it was. I was like, oh, I've killed one person and I've already run out of bullets. This requires more of me than I'm willing to put in. And that is completely my fault because I'm the sort of person who plays Half-Life just sort of everything's dead, yay! And so, just cover-based mechanics are not my sort of thing, to be fair.
Uncharted is awesome. And
I've heard it's awesome, and I'm so sad that I can't get behind it, but
the soundtrack gets you pumped, and then you're like climbing walls and being all awesome.
And yet the climbing's fun. It's just remove all the shooty bits, please.
But then you just have like, meh.
Yeah, I can deal with meh. I liked I like a game called Stealth Bastard. That's my level.
Stealth Bastard.
It's like one of the simplest stealth mechanic games you can get. Like, is
it actually a game?
It's actually a game. It is. What? There is a game called Stealth Bastard, and it's fucking fun. It's stressful as hell because it's one of those trial and error games where you essentially have to. Oh, if I walk forward these 2 paces, then I'm going to get shot by a laser beam. Fuck.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, it's frustrating as hell, but when you can like get into the mindset of the developer, it is really fun because there are moments in the game where, like, you look at, because it has like sort of, it's linked to the internet, and it tells you like the fastest time anyone did this in. It's like I've been staring at the screen for 10 minutes, and fucking Geordie B from the USA did it in 20 seconds. How the fuck did he do this?
Fuck you, Geordie B.
And it's one of those games where it has those epiphany moments where everything just sort of clicks in place. Like, holy fuck, suddenly this makes sense now. I can do this and this and this, and then I'm done. And
oh my god, I only ever had to step backwards.
yeah, I had to push this box onto this switch, and then it would cause all of this to happen. But I've completely forgotten what we were talking about. Just
speaking of like trial and error things.
Yeah.
Like, from what it made me think about how when I was young, and like this is just a story now. But when I was younger, I would play these. I played one of the prime examples was a game called Golden Sun on the Game Boy Advance.
I'm not familiar, but
no,
continue.
It's like an RPG. I should show it to you because it's a really good one.
Okay.
But basically, there was this point in the game, and I don't think my infantile brain quite caught the grasp of what the game was trying to teach me when.
Yeah.
But like there was just this one point in the game that I was completely stuck, and I was like, I don't know what to do. And it was like the intro before you even get to play the rest of the game. So I would be stuck there for like an hour, and like I didn't get to play this game when I was little, and I just threw it away, and I was like, what the fuck? This game is unplayable. Maybe like, but then I picked it up 5 years later, and I was like, oh, I'm an idiot. And that's not the first time that's happened to me.
The only game that I can think of where it's been a similar situation is I can't remember the exact name. I think it was something along the lines of Hugo and the Quest for the Sunstones.
Huh.
Something along those lines. I played it when I was very young. It was bought for me. I don't know where my mother found it, but yeah, it was bought for me while we were up in sort of Manchester area, and I put it in my PlayStation 1.
Ooh,
it was original PlayStation.
Going way back there.
Yeah, and I was playing it, and I was a child, and I thought this game is terrible. Like I think I got to like the third sort of segment of the game, and it was one of those forced like scrolling towards the camera thing like you had in Crash Bandicoot, and I'm going to bring that up again in a minute.
Ooh, Crash Bandicoot.
Where you're running towards the screen because something's coming at you, and I just kept dying and dying and dying and dying over and over again because the game was so bad. Like, it had such terrible responses, and I want to jump, and it would like delay for half a second, and just it was terrible. I picked it up, I think, a couple of years ago, so this would have been like a 10-year gap or something silly like that. And I, beat that first try. But then I played a couple of levels further, and I just thought, this is still terrible. Because it is just an awful Crash Bandicoot knockoff. Like, the gameplay is exactly the same, but shit.
Oh, wow.
The idea is exactly the same. You got to run along collecting things to boost up your lives, and you have to reach the end and collect a crystal sort of thing, and just... It was a terrible knockoff, but done badly, and that's what I hate more than anything in video games.
If like something is already a thing, why can't you just copy paste it? Why should you make yours but make it bad?
Again, while we're on Crash Bandicoot, if you're going to copy something, make it good, like Crash Team Racing.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a fantastic game and better than Mario Kart.
Oh my god.
I don't care what your motherfuckers say.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Nathan.
it's not as good as Mario Kart Wii.
We should like preface this by saying that we actually played this last week.
we played this. We played this a week ago today, actually, and I mentioned this to Robert. This is far better than Mario Kart, and he had his "Oh my god, you sir are the silly face" moment. And then we played. Granted, I kicked his ass over and over again, but
alright, but I haven't played Crash Team Racing in possibly more than 10 years, and Nathan has got the game readily available.
Again, I've not played it in a long time.
Yeah, but you have probably played it sooner than I have. I couldn't even remember the fucking controls.
I think the last time I may have played it was November 2013. I think I was having one of my usual drunken gaming parties which I sadly don't have very much of anymore because the flat I live in is very tiny and, can't fit more than 3 people in.
That's alright, we'll have like a 3 people drunk game party. That sounds like a good time.
This was something I loved to do when I lived at the family's house. Whenever anyone was out, but obviously I'd have to plan it for like weeks in advance. I'd just get a whole bunch of people around, whole lot of alcohol, Guitar Hero, Crash Team Racing, Wii Sports.
Oh, Guitar Hero.
When people are like incredibly pissed, those video games become so fun. But anyway, do you have any more to talk about on this?
Yeah, the fact that you said you played Crash Team Racing in 2013, and the last time I played it was probably in the 90s. So.
Fuck off.
So fuck you. And also, it's better than
It's better than Mario Kart 64. Was there one for the GameCube?
Double Dash?
Double Dash. It was probably better than that. It was better than the one for the 3DS, and it was better than the original because that looked like shit. I don't care about the limitations. But
alright, but nothing nothing will beat Mario Kart 8 because it is.
I've unfortunately yet to play that. It does look so fun though.
It's so beautiful.
It looks really fun.
I played it through and I played the entire thing in one day and I was just like, this is amazing. Because in order to really, really, really grasp how beautiful that game is, you need to play through all of the tracks on single player and you're just like...
Oh really?
You're just transported to another world. It was incredible. I really enjoyed it.
But anyway, I think we've talked enough about Zelda and Hitman by not talking about them at all.
Exactly.
So, do you have a topic that you'd like to bring up at all?
I think I did, but I can't remember what it is.
No,
now.
Fair enough. We'll move on.
No,
okay,
come on.
No,
let me.
This is.
Oh yes, there
okay.
it is. Aha. Oh, I'm sorry. I clapped.
It's alright. You see that wobbly line? That was you.
Yes. So. Have you heard recently that game reviewers, as in like the internet sites like IGN and whatever, are doing away with their number system? They're no longer giving a rating.
I've heard that some websites were getting rid of their number score. I'd like to hear your opinions on it first because I know what my opinion is.
I think that it's funny because YouTubers were doing that like years ago.
What, just reviewing without even
stopped giving numerical scores because I don't think that a numerical score could gauge whether or not someone wants to play that game, especially when it's so heavily swayed by the games industry.
It depends how you utilize a review score, because reviews are it's subjective.
Yeah,
reviews are subjective, and they should be.
Yeah,
they are written from the perspective of the reviewer. If you were to have a completely objective review, it would be: this is a video game. It has graphics. There is music, which you may or may not like. That is an objective review.
Yeah.
Because it simply lays out the points that are in the game. You cannot get any form of opinion from a review like that. A subjective review, the way to use reviews, in my opinion, is to find a reviewer who has fairly similar taste to your own.
Mm-hmm.
And if they recommend a game, if they give it a glowing review, then that's often a game to check out. For example, I follow a lot of Jim Sterling.
Yes.
He has a lot of a lot of his opinions, a lot of his video game ideals tend to gel a lot with my own. Sometimes he'll really like a game and I can't understand why. For example, he loved a game and for the life of me I can't remember the name of it. Essentially kind of like a 2D Silent Hill.
Right.
And he gave it a glowing review and I played it, it's just like, I enjoy parts of this, but with it being Silent Hill, it's very easy to get lost and confused as to what it is you're doing.
Yeah.
But anyway, I find it to be a case of if the reviewer feels confident enough that the words that he said in his review are his or her review. Sorry, I'm not sexist. Don't hashtag Gamergate me, you little shit.
Gamergate.
Again, that's something I need to bring up in a second.
I saw your list earlier and I was like, I know what that's about.
Okay, we'll move on to that in just a second then. Review scores. Usually what I do is I see a review. Say like, so this person reviewed Gat Out of Hell, Saints Row 4.
The Escapist.
I'll scroll down to the score and think, oh shit, this only got like a 5 out of 10. I wonder how it got to that conclusion. Then I'm kind of spoiling it for myself, but I kind of enjoy seeing like a case of, okay, this game was given this score I wonder why it's that. And also, I love Metacritic.
Really?
Like, I love going onto Metacritic and seeing... Because, like, there'll often be a game that I think, oh, okay, I really like this game. And then I'll sort of look at Metacritic and say, oh, wow, this was panned. Oh, wait, no, its user score is a 3.0, review score 8.6. People are just stupid.
I've never really, like, kept up to date with, like, reviewing websites when... like reviewer videos are just so readily available, and I can just like, what's the point in reading when I can just watch someone with the same opinions as me?
Again, I don't always read reviews, and I don't really watch a lot of video reviews. I watch a lot of Let's Plays and tend to gauge a reaction from that. When it comes to reviews, I said I mostly look at the score and think, okay, this seems like okay. It looks like a good game. I wonder why it's a good game. Or, oh wow, this got a terrible review. I wonder why it's so bad. If it's like a 5 or a 6, you just go, oh, never mind then.
Meh.
It's like Dying Light got fairly meh reviews all around. I think.
Yeah, I don't think Dying. Oh, well, what I've seen of Dying Light, like nothing's jumped out of me.
It's a jump parkour. That's a joke. So yeah, I wouldn't be sad to see review scores go. It wouldn't affect me either way. But some people stand by them, and if you feel like it helps you to have a score, by all means, go ahead.
Yeah,
I know. I enjoy seeing the scores. It's just a nice little cherry on top of the cake for me. But, it's neither here nor there when it comes to scores.
Yeah, but it's strange because some of the reviewers that I'm more fond of, like blah, 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 blah. The Completionist, or
Total Biscuit,
or like no,
okay,
or like Pro Jared,
yeah. Pro Jared, Pro Jared,
and then I was like, or I'm just trying to think of another reviewer, but now I can't be bothered. But those two specifically, Jared, Jared, yeah, he uses numbers in a numerical score in his reviews, but Gerard the Completionist, he gauges it on like a burn it to complete it kind of spectrum. So I just find that interesting.
Fair enough. And as we mentioned, #Gamergate earlier,
yeah.
Let's talk about Law and Order, shall we?
Whoop, whoop.
The reason we're bringing this up is because Law and Order fairly recently did an episode based on, how shall I say, Gamergate activists?
Yeah.
Would that be the correct term to use?
I've not seen the episode, but is it on SVU? Is it an SVU?
It's SV, yeah. The one with ice...
So the one about rape. Special Victims Unit.
I don't think it's specifically to do with that.
It's just usually rape.
From the plot synopsis that I saw, it's basically a female game developer gets kidnapped by Gamergate hacktivists and threatened at gunpoint to do something. And I've seen like excerpts of the dialogue. Again, I've not watched the show. I know, poor journalist.
Yeah, I haven't watched it either. So
don't. It looks terrible. Like,
although this Law and Order SVU is a little bit of a guilty pleasure. I love watching it.
Well, I just find it weird that none of these like law shows, like CSI, Law and Order, just any of these sort of detective weird shit shows, like. They can't cover, like, technology or gaming or anything modern or to do with the internet at all seriously. Like, just, in general, like, it frustrates me to no end just seeing, like, shit, like, was it Psych, I think, was one of them, or I think it was Life, where it's just a case of, someone encrypted a file on their Xbox, we have to play through the game to get the file, and they're playing Prince of Persia, and it's just like, the character on screen, like in a level, and like an enemy sneaks up behind him and he cuts him and it goes like end of level 1. It's like, this is not video games. If you glance at a fucking game, this is not how they're done.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, but the general gist of the show is like these activists kidnap this the female game developer because they don't want women in video games.
Yeah, that's what Gamergate is about.
I know, and just... It astounds me that they just sort of see this all I can imagine is that they read headlines and go, "Oh, fair enough, we'll make that into a show."
Yep, that sounds like a good plot.
Complaining about people just reading like bits of news stories. Well,
and
that's
that is precisely what we do.
But
woo!
Yeah, it's just when it comes to Gamergate, I don't really have either here nor there opinions about it because. I used to sympathise with
the internet.
I used to sympathise with social justice warriors when the idea came around. Just because when I first sort of heard about it, it was a case of so these people want equality in video games. That's fine, but then you read up on a lot of out there social justice warriors, and they're fucking out there.
Yeah,
there's a case of no. All video game characters must be homosexual women.
Homosexual women.
Because equality and fuck men.
Because all there is in society is no, honey, look at yourself. This is precisely the opposite of what you're trying to do.
I will say, watching social justice warriors and trolls fight each other is the funniest fucking thing.
It's like that. Have you seen that GIF of the baby fight from? No.
I don't think I have.
It's from Gravity Falls.
I need to watch that show. I love Adventure Time. I fucking adore Regular Show. Gravity Falls, I've seen bits of it and it's great.
So good. I love it. I love it. And it's got a really awesome darker undertone to it.
Yeah.
And it's
I've definitely know of that. It does the same thing with Adventure Time and Regular Show that I love, where it's a kid friendly show, but
if you look deep enough,
they cover some really dark shit. There's an episode of Adventure Time where its attention is on religion.
Yeah.
And sorry if you can hear that buzzing. That's my freezer in the background. We're in the kitchen.
Hiya.
Hi, freezer.
Ruining magic.
Yeah, basically the idea is one of the characters sort of gets a dream epiphany where they see their own death and they say, someday soon I'm going to die and my spirit is going to become part of the universe. And the other main character's like, what are you talking about? That's stupid. There's no afterlife. It's it hits real hard, that shit. And there is just, I'm not one of these people who are like, oh man, it's the best show ever, because you get those weird people on the internet who watch nothing but Adventure Time, and there's the people who think who have the battles between Adventure Time and Regular Show when they're both awesome enough. You don't need to pick a side.
But Gravity Falls is just
it's beautiful.
It's
a beautiful looking show.
It is truly. It's really beautiful, and there's this whole books and the books have secrets in them, and it's all this weird what's happening in Gravity Falls, and it's a big mystery thing, and lots of weird shit happens, and it's just so cool.
Yeah,
so cool. It really really interested me, though I haven't started season 2 yet.
There's a season. Also, I need to find out about season 2. I need to watch what was season 1 first. While we're on what we're watching and what we plan to watch, Gotham.
I have heard good things.
I fucking love it. I was lukewarm when I watched the pilot episode because, it was interesting, but some of the acting was a bit wooden.
Really?
But they really do develop.
Okay.
Because it was just a case of one of the main characters, who I can't remember the actual actor's name or the character's name at the moment. Because I just keep thinking, because the actor looks and sounds exactly like Woody Harrelson in a lot of makeup.
Right.
So, there's that. But yeah, it's really good, especially if you love the villains of the Batman universe.
That's all there is
in the
Batman universe.
Because
Batman is boring.
Is not particularly interesting. Although, it's even in the show, the kid who plays Bruce Wayne is... he's fairly... there's nothing wrong with the actual character itself, but he's portrayed in sort of a very flat sort of, yes, thank you, Mr. Gordon, I'll get to that, thank you for all your help, Commissioner Gordon, and that's sort of, not Commissioner yet, I will say. This is before all that.
Oh.
Essentially the story is, it's
spoilers, God. TV
show set in the time just after Bruce Wayne's parents are killed. It's sort of, Bruce Gordon, I think that's... Is it? No, it's not Bruce Gordon, is it? It's Jim Gordon, who later becomes Commissioner Gordon in the Batman comics, has just started the Gotham City Police Department, and he's going through all the corruption and the criminality. Criminality, that's a word now.
Criminality actually is a word.
Awesome! I win at dictionary. It's something that's going on in Gotham, and he's a straight-laced cop who's trying to clean up the city, but the city's in a fucking mess, and Yeah, like, it's one of the main villains, recurring villains, is Penguin. Like, he sort of shows his origin. Mr. Cobblepot. And, yeah, he's fucking great. Like, also, Riddler's in there. Ooh. Edward Nygma. He's a delight every time he comes on the screen. Joker's not in it because he, in the comic universe, he doesn't really come into it until like late into the Batman actual.
Enough Joker.
The girl who plays Catwoman is she looks unusual. Like her eyes are like here on like so far apart on her head.
I like that you used a visual.
Sorry,
cue
yeah, I realise they're like 2 inches too further apart than normal human eyes should be. But yeah, she does it fairly well. Although it's again kind of not particularly interesting. I will say the actor they got to play Alfred is incredible. They got Sean Pertwee, who isn't I wouldn't necessarily call him a famous actor, but some of his biggest works, he was in Event Horizon, which is a beautiful film.
I have not seen it.
It's a great film. It's Lawrence Fishburne in space.
Space.
And other than that, yeah, Sean Pertwee, he's been in Dog Soldiers, which is literally the best werewolf movie ever. Related to video games, he was in the games. I can't remember for the life of me the name of them, but essentially it's British space Nazis. I believe
it starts with an R.
Does it? I thought it began with a D. Killzone! That's it.
That is not the game I was thinking of.
No, it was in Killzone.
I was thinking of Resistance.
But yeah, just Alfred in the show, as good as Michael Caine is, he was playing Michael Caine in the films.
What?
I love Michael Caine as an actor, but he was just Michael Caine in that film. He did the usual Michael Caine thing, which some may consider to be Alfred, but Alfred in the show kicks fucking ass. Like because he was SAS trained, I believe, in the comics and everything, so he knows how to fight.
He knows his shit.
Basically, I'll put it this way: Jim Gordon and
Mr. Wayne
and Alfred end up fighting the same people at one point or another in the show. Jim takes on one of them fairly well, but ends up getting knocked out by the second one. Alfred takes out all 3 of these motherfuckers,
dude.
And he's so good. But he's just the perfect father figure. The relationship between himself and Bruce Wayne is incredible. Just it's, as I said, it's a slow burn to begin with, but once you get deeper into the show, as more characters are introduced, the recent one that I watched introduces the starting of Scarecrow, and it is fantastically done.
I do like villain origin stories, especially villains as interesting as like Batman's villains.
Yeah, I do recommend giving it a watch if only you're interested in that sort of thing. It does get silly. Like it puts itself as like this sort of straight-laced whodunit sort of show, sort of origin story. But you do have episodes like The Spirit of the Goat, which is about, I don't know whether it was in the comics. I can only assume it was about a serial killer called who believes he's possessed by the spirit of the goat. Never explained who the spirit of the goat is.
It's just a goat.
But he was caught 10 years ago, and suddenly he started killing again, even though he is dead. Spooky, scary times. How's that happening? Watch the episode and you'll find out. It's just watch it. It is a great show.
I will watch it. I will.
Go ahead. Do I have any other interesting topics?
Spider-Man is in.
Yep, Spider-Man has been announced to be taking part in the current Avengers universe. As far as I am aware, the Andrew Garfield universe has officially been cancelled.
Has it?
Yeah, I don't want to lay any foundation to say that's for definite. From what I've heard through my sources, as in Craig shouting at me from across the room because he doesn't like the current new Spider-Man films, and to be fair, I don't care for them either. Which Andrew Garfield.
I just like Emma Stone.
Which one was she? Don't give me that look. Was she the blonde lady?
Yes.
Okay, good. I know who she is now then.
Good God. Emma Stone, Easy A, please.
I don't want to watch Easy A.
No.
Don't you worry about it. I will never watch Easy A.
Why?
Because it looks like one of those teenage girl films. Not to marginalise teenage girls, but y'all have sucky films.
It's so good, though. It's like not because it makes you think.
I don't want to. So there,
Nathan, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in you. We're gonna have to rethink this whole podcast.
But I don't want to.
Your opinions on films are rubbing me the wrong way.
But yeah, I love the Avengers films, and knowing that Spider-Man's going to be a part of it, okay. I was already set to think, that's not never going to happen. So the fact he's going to be a part of it now,
yeah,
that's good.
I was already like, oh yeah, he's never going to be part of the Avengers
Because Sony are dickheads with that sort
but
of thing.
now he is.
Yeah,
and the internet is blowing up right now because they want him to be black.
Well, in one of the incarnations, he's black.
Miles, yes.
Yeah, I can't see there. Well, I can see there being issues with people with him being black, but I would have no.
Yeah, I think it would probably
quarrel.
Happen. Yeah, I would enjoy actually.
The only issue is a case of like with nowadays being how it is, would he be cast black purely for the fact of having him be black just to tick a box? I think that's a lot of what people are concerned about because.
Maybe cast him like Indian. Like there's enough on the Avengers, right? We've already got
got enough white people,
but we've got enough white people. Then we have
Samuel L. Jackson.
Then we have Fury and Falcon, who I mean they're not part of the Avengers, but they're around in the same universe.
Yeah.
And they're kick ass. So and they're both black. So let's have an Indian now. Right.
It depends whether that line. Let's have Spider-Man be a homosexual woman.
Oh my god, homosexual woman.
Spider-Man is a homosexual woman. There we are. That's the title for this.
Let's change all of the Avengers into homosexual women.
Oh, Lord in heaven.
We're already writing their fan fiction.
I suppose we should only touch on that quickly. Yeah, Spider-Man's going to be a part of the Avengers universe. I suppose.
Woo!
We're excited. Yes, I wouldn't have been fussed if that never happened. But it's it's a nice.
It's a nice surprise.
It's a nice surprise. Yes, I don't think X-Men will ever cross over though, because Fox have the rights to that. And Lord knows that when Fox has the rights to something, it will not let go by hook or by crook.
Ever. I don't know if I'd want my X-Men with my Marvel. I mean, not my Marvel. They are
Marvel. But yeah, other than that, not a whole lot I want to talk about. I have Peter Moleyneux on here as a discussion topic, just because
which I don't know about. So you're gonna have
Peter
to
Moleyneux.
fill me in.
I don't know what to think of him. Basically, do you remember Bullfrog Studios at all? They developed games like Theme Hospital, Dungeon Keeper, Theme Park World,
Right.
Populous. I think they did.
Some of those sound familiar.
They also did the. I can't remember the other games they did, but yeah, basically they did those games, and I love Dungeon Keeper. It's one of my favourite games ever. But then they got bought by EA, as happens to video games, and then EA happens, and none of those. I say none of those franchises ever got another release, but EA was EA and released Dungeon Keeper and a mobile game where you pay to play. Like, it's a case of, oh sure, you want to dig out these 2 blocks? That's fine. That'll be $10, thank you.
What?
Okay, I'm giving it... Basically, it's a case of, in Dungeon Keeper, you are running a dungeon, and you have to, like, you're sort of, like, living underground. You have to cut out blocks in a... and your imps, your creatures will mine it out instantly, so you can build a room there, or, train them.
I can obviously already see how that is, like, money.
And the way EA did it was, you select a few blocks for your imps to mine, and they will start mining it. Each block can take up to, I think it's like up to 24 hours to mine.
Is it random, or?
I think it is a random amount of time, yes. Unless you give them the in-game currency of gems, which you have a very limited supply of in-game, but you can pay for more gems.
Of course.
And yes, obviously the game was horrendously panned when it came out for being such a money-grab piece of shit. But anyway, I'm digressing. I don't think Peter Moleyneux had anything to do with that. You may know him for games such as Black and White, the Fable games.
Yes, I do know.
Yeah, he did those games. He is renowned for being, how should I put it, a bit of a dreamer. Like, he would... Fable 1 would come out, and he'd come out afterwards and say, "Oh, the game wasn't as good as I was hoping to be. I know I promised all of this stuff, and that didn't come. But the next game, Fable 2, is going to have so much more. You will have a dog, and you will love the dog. It will be a bloody good ride. That sort of thing.
And then you'll kill the dog."
Again, he'd promised such high things, and when the game would come out, it wouldn't be as grand as he was promising.
I do enjoy the Fable series.
Yeah, I've heard they're good. Again, I've never played them. I don't really have the...
What the fuck?
Again, I don't play a lot of modern games. That's not me being a hipster. It's just I can't afford this shit.
Alright, get Fable the Lost Chapters on
What?
Steam.
Is that the first one?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like the remake of the first one.
I don't know, I'd rather play one where I can love a dog.
Nathan! God damn it.
But what I'm talking about Peter Moleyneux because I don't know what my opinion of him is, because he has made some really great games, but he made Fable 3 and then he left Microsoft to make his own independent studio called 22 Cans.
And he's gonna make Fable 4.
No. He doesn't have the rights to. I think Microsoft still owns that. And he's become...
I want Fable 4.
As far as I can tell, he's become one of these, tosser indie developers.
Oh, no.
His very first game was, I think it's called Curiosity Cube.
And was it pixels?
Yes! Essentially.
Was it a pixel puzzle platformer?
This was announced in 2012, I think. Maybe 2013. I can't quite remember. What you did was... It was a massively multiplayer online game.
Oh.
There was a huge cube in sort of the void of space, and what you would do is, you could play it on your phone. You tap at it, and for every tap, it would take a pixel off this huge cube.
I fucking played that, and I did not even realise.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and basically the idea was, whoever was first to get to the centre of the game would get a special prize.
What was the special prize?
The person who managed to get to the centre of the cube was a bloke I've got his name up here probably somewhere.
Magic.
Brian Henderson from Edinburgh.
He has too much time on his hands.
Well, no, that's the thing. According to the article I was reading, basically, he heard about it, he played it for a little bit, forgot about it, then he noticed that, then Peter Moleyneux too, he said, "Oh, we're almost at the end of the cube," and then I picked it up and said, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll just start that," and then he realised, "Oh shit, I've won," and he got an email, containing a video.
Yeah.
And it was Peter Moleyneux in a white room saying, "Oh, congratulations for completing the cube, we're going to make you a god in our next gaming venture, and you will get a cut of the profits." And which is a damn fine price, I think.
Yeah.
It's not quite. I think it's it's life changing, I suppose, but he gets to be a god in a game.
That's awesome.
Which is nice. The only thing is, this was 3 years ago.
Oh.
And there has
no
been
such game has
come out yet. No mention on how well it's going. The kid who won, he knows nothing about it at all at the moment. It's like, ever since then, there's been pretty much no contact.
Kid, you were totally fucked over.
Yeah, so unfortunately, it doesn't seem like we're going to get another Peter Moleyneux game. By the sounds of it, it was a godlike experience. So I can only assume it's going to be another black and white sort of sport type thing. He didn't do sport, actually. That was Will Wright, the guy who did Sims. You can forgive me for assuming it was a Peter Moleyneux game, though.
Yeah,
just from all the
looks
shit.
like one.
Yeah. But, yeah,
Black and White is a game that I didn't really get into.
I've heard good things about it, but...
I couldn't get into it because it just seemed really convoluted.
Fair enough. Again,
I've never been one for, the top-down kind of god-type games, anyway.
I've just realised, throughout this entire conversation we've had today, I don't think I've played a single game we've talked about. No, we talked about Hitman and Hugo and Crash Team Racing. I think those are all the games that I've played in the universe.
Well, we talked a lot about TV and movies.
Yeah, that's one thing. That's one issue I had today, because all of my topics were movie related, and I thought, shit, I have nothing to do with video games on here. So I was scrolling through Kotaku, and I found this one about Peter Moleyneux, the liar, and I just thought, fuck it, that'll do.
Fuck it.
That's all. I think that might be all for today, really.
Good God.
I will end by making another small, rather down announcement.
What?
Jace was on the previous episode of the podcast. He's not on this one. We didn't really plan for him to be a recurring guest, as far as I'm aware, which is a case of whether he wants to. He has, unfortunately, moved away from the area. So, my channel, Whoneedsquality, at the moment, there is going to be a bit of a break, longer than I've actually done by accident in the past, I will say.
Nathan, you made a promise on this podcast.
We do have some videos still on the back burner, and we do intend on carrying on recording.
Yes,
but...
a video I'll be in will be uploaded this week.
Yes! Oh, I make no promises.
I thought it was going to be this week. I've been counting. I was like, surely my one comes out this week.
To be fair, I can probably do that this week, yeah. I've got some time tomorrow to edit it. So yeah, simple announcement is going to be a case of Super Happy Fun Times. It's not cancelled, but it's going to be less frequent as it was supposed to be. I will use that word supposed.
Supposed.
Because it was obviously supposed to be weekly.
Unplanned laziness.
Yes, unfortunately. But we had recently come out the WWE 13 episode, which was I enjoyed. It was funny, I think.
I've not watched it yet.
It's very funny in the beginning, and then we just kind of keep talking about the same thing over and over again, but that's what you do.
I will watch it tonight.
And also we released the first episode of our Resident Evil 4 Let's Play.
Yes.
Which was an experience for me. I've got the second episode for that lined up. Again, hopefully if I have the time, I can get that out by this weekend, along with Robert's episode, which was Skate 3.
Yeah.
So hopefully those will be out this weekend. Yeah, there should be a video coming out on the channel sometime within the next couple of weeks. Just explain. Well, not. To be fair, it's going to be less explaining than I've actually done now as to what's happening with the show, any future projects. But yeah, that I intend to be funny and a bit, wacky and out there. So hopefully that should...
Wacky and funny is... It ticks boxes.
Ticks boxes. It's definitely on Smosh level of humour. Which...
Lols to randoms. XD.
So yes, if you do fancy watching any of the videos that I churn out, subscribe to me on Whoneedsquality on YouTube. That's all one word, Whoneedsquality. That's on YouTube. There's lots of Let's Play videos between myself and Jace, who you may have heard last week. We play lots of funny things. As I said, recently this week we released a Super Happy Fun Times based in WWE 13 and Resident Evil 4. I'm getting lightheaded because I've not breathed in about 5 minutes.
Quick, have one quick...
that didn't help. Other than that, you can follow me on Twitter if you feel like, at who.nate, all one word.
I've trapped him now. He's using it.
I'm not actually tweeting bollocks on there, but I'm watching in case anyone follows. If anyone follows, I will tweet something.
You'll just automatically be like, "Oh, you must have heard from me on the podcast," because that's where because it's either they're coming from me, they're either coming from the podcast, or they're coming from, I don't know, random followers.
I was going to say, because I don't have any friends. I don't know.
I receive some random follows all the time, and then they'll send me direct messages, and it's like, "Do you want to increase your penis size?" And I'm like, "No, please, come on." I was like, "This is not email."
Do you have their Twitter handle?
Yeah, do you need some help?
We'll talk about that after. Anyway, do you have any... Do you have anything you would like to plug other than the massive dick Twitter? I found out when I uploaded things to the iTunes that to the iTunes that they do actually censor words. They censored the word blowjob in one of the descriptions, so I changed it to BJ. Because that's okay, apparently.
That's amazing.
What did I say this episode would be? It doesn't matter. You do your things.
Oh right, yeah. That's
It was Spiderman. Spiderman is a homosexual woman.
That's it. Yeah, you can follow me on the Twitters if you like at Robert Has a Vlog. That is Robert Has a Vlog. Just taking the piss.
Well
done. Other than that,
don't slam the table.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's, you can follow me on Instagram as well, and you can see my many chins.
Do you take selfies
all the time?
Oh dear.
But they're always ironic, disgusting selfies.
I hope you don't have a selfie stick.
No.
Okay, good.
Your sister just got a selfie stick.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
She did force me to use it yesterday.
It's okay, so long as it's not yourself, because
No,
otherwise
I
it
did
becomes
not.
an extension of you.
Oh my god, that's beautiful.
It literally melds into your skin.
It's just it kind of like links in and you become Spiderman with that shit. Pull it out.
Anyway,
Take a picture. Oh yeah, but yeah, my Instagram is the same handle as my Twitter. It's Robert has a vlog. So yeah.
Yeah, anyway, I'm probably going to cut this out because I'm just going to look up the actual website domain name for the podcast. Who do?
Cutting it out. Cutting it out. This is Nathan being really lazy.
Unprofessional.
Cutting it out. He's logging into Libsyn. Cutting it out. Looking for a website name.
I'll make some more announcements. Jesus Christ, 33 downloads?
Whoa, high five!
Jesus Christ, okay, leave that shit in.
Yeah. Dude, 33 of you have downloaded our podcast. I could cry.
Okay, while I remember, if you want to send us an email for some ungodly reason, you can send us an email at antisocialgamerspodcast@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on Twitter, it's antisocialpcast.
I love that.
If you want to visit our website with the lovely design that I created, the website is antisocialgamerspodcast.libsyn, that's libsyn.com. There, you can download episodes as an MP3 file, I believe, but otherwise you're better off getting it from iTunes, because that's just easier, I think. Yeah, that's the BJ that I had to change.
BJ from Jesus.
BJ from Jesus. We can't say that again, we'll annoy the Christians.
That high five really hurt.
It did. So we're going to recover from our unfortunate high five. Everyone, I hope you have a lovely little sleep if you're listening to this at night, which people tend to, I know.
I know I will.
Is it weird that I actually listen to these back?
Yeah, no, I've listened to all of our episodes back.
Okay, that's fine.
So you're not quite as, like, weird as... I mean, I guess we're both weird then.
Yeah.
So...
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you and congratulations for listening this far.
Yes, thank you.
We shan't judge you any more than your peers will.
No, yeah.
Yeah, fuck off.
Bye.